The Brussels office has to deal with three different institutions. The EU is composed by the European Parliament, where basically every member state elects parliamentarians from each member. It's a total of 758 members. And these members, they elect, when they're after the election, the European Commission. The president first, and then the president chooses commissioners from each member state, which they have to be appointed also by or confirmed by the European Parliament. Then there is a third institution called the European Union Council, which is basically represented by the governments of each member state. So this is more or less the daily basis work that we have at the Brussels office. I'm going to give you just examples of past activities that we had with each of one of these institutions. The President of the European Commission visited Israel last year, and Nibrit was influential in his visit. We have worked with the Cabinet's office, we have worked with the Israeli mission, and also with the help of Alan Schneider here, we prepared the visit along with the European Jewish Congress and with other organizations. And we were there as well with him, and basically this was due to our close relationship with the Cabinet. On a European Parliament daily basis, we engage with parliamentarians every day. This week, on Wednesday, I'm going to visit with 4 of the members a concentration camp near Strasbourg, and with members of 2 lodges in Strasbourg as well. This week in Washington, I was in the office with a member from Spain. And we are going to discuss in 2 weeks, we have an event that it's co-organized by us, the European Jewish Congress, and the Interparliamentary Coalition for Combating Anti-Semitism on the recent survey that the Fundamental Rights Agency of the European Union made on anti-Semitism in Europe. So we are going to discuss that in 2 weeks. You will see that on our website this week. We have created in the European Parliament a working group on anti-Semitism. We have more than 20 members. And we are members of the coordinating committee, along with the organizations I mentioned before. The Interparliamentary Coalition for Combating Anti-Semitism holds the secretariat, but we are engaged. We have 4 meetings a year. The office was also helpful with the US State Department on the agenda of Ambassador Doug Davidson last year on Holocaust restitution issues. We arranged the agenda in the Parliament along with the US mission. Dan knows this because Ambassador spoke with him. And on a EU Council basis, we dealt very much with the Hezbollah issue. I was monitoring the meetings regarding Hezbollah, and I have to tell you that many of that came out on the news was not totally accurate. Just to give you a brief example, the Bulgarians were saying at the meetings that there was no evidence regarding Hezbollah and the terrorism attack in Berga. And what happened in the end at the last meeting of the council was interesting because the Bulgarian representative just said, what I have said before is not accurate, so I'm going to make a statement of the Bulgarian government saying that yes, there is evidence and we are supporting the listing of Hezbollah. But many countries, like for instance Czech Republic or Germany, were against the listing of Hezbollah, but they were playing a double game as well. So we are monitoring this very much. We have also monitoring something very interesting, which was last year there was an event organized by the Danish presidency to discuss what is today known as the guidelines. And the Israeli mission was basically impeached to attend this meeting. They also impeached people from the European Parliament who could be close to us, to our issues, to attend this meeting. Neighborhood had someone attending the meeting, recording the meeting, and the day after we were at the Israeli mission, delivering what was recorded in the discussion. So this is what we do. We deal with high-level officials. We also deal with low people. Just to give a brief example, at the European Parliament's restaurants, the restaurants of the European Parliament members, I'm close to someone who works there, who arranges everything every time we have meetings there, to certify that everything is okay, that everything goes by the rule, and this person, believe it or not, is a Muslim person. She knows exactly what I do, for whom I work, and we have to engage with everyone to have our agenda moving forward. Besides that, we also deal with Iran, and we deal with, I'm now working very close with Stop the Bomb in Vienna. on monitoring what's going on in the European Parliament and the recent European Parliament delegation to Iran, and cooperating with several Israeli embassies, not only in Brussels but also in Lisbon, in Dublin. And this is it. This is what we are doing. Thank you very much for having me here.
Well, I think you've gotten a little taste of what some of our professionals do and on a regular basis. And I can tell you we are second to none in the organizational world of Jewish and far as professionals that we have. And you've had a little example of that here this morning, and I think we are indeed blessed by having these individuals working for us. As you know, we are celebrating our 170th anniversary with this forum, and several months ago, Kent Shiner began to actively push for this special celebration. There were some who questioned whether or not there was enough magic significance to the number 170 to justify a major celebration. But as those of you, and I think everybody probably knows Kent, he held out for it and assured us that it deserved to be celebrated, and he made it happen. Remember what we said last night, Kent is an insurance agent, and when he is probably make sure that he probably hasn't lost many sales in his career. In our special 170th anniversary campaign, we raised nearly $100,000. Around the country, there were numerous anniversary events held. Among the few highlights, we had major community events in Argentina and Australia. And on the day of our anniversary, October 13th, there was a brunch in the Lake County, the Great Lakes region, where I was able to honor 17 past presidents of that region. Last month, we had a very successful event at the German consulate in New York to remind us of our roots as a group formed to protect the new German Jewish immigrants. We are also recognizing volunteers who have contributed 170 days of service. This is the Be Bravo pronounced program. The acronym stands for B'nai B'rith Recognition and Appreciation of Volunteers. Next month, we will hold an inaugural webinar with the American Jewish Archives that was mentioned last night, which is located in Cincinnati, to introduce the new B'nai B'rith Archives collection. And I urge you all to participate in it. And you can get information about this from our website, I'm sure. Anniversary events will be continuing into the spring. We've had a number of proclamations congratulating B'nai B'rith. They're on display outside the room here. So if you haven't seen them yet, I urge you to step by. And I also congratulate our members who have taken upon themselves to approach their representatives, their governors, their mayors to get these proclamations. Over the years, B'nai B'rith has received countless accolades. Few have been memorial as those from the U.S. presidents, dating back to Grover Cleveland and as recent as President Obama. We have received commendations from the presidents of the United States. As part of this celebration of our anniversary, we prepared a beautiful book, including all of these messages. This is the book. And today we're going to present a copy of these commemoration books to some special people and B'nai B'rith entities. As I call your name, please stand. Afterwards, after we break for lunch, which will be in just a few minutes, I would ask those who I call to come forward. We'd like to get a group picture of all of you, and you will receive your book at that time. Please wait until we break to do this. Those who have done so, Brad and Cheryl Adolph, B'nai B'rith of Monroe Township, number 5589, represented by Marshall Klein. B'nai B'rith Sports Lodge 2458, again represented by Brad Adolph. Tommy and Betty Bear. Ira and Catherine Bartfield. Arlene Bitker and family. Andrew Borens. Denver Lodge 171, represented by Bill Berger. Eric Engelmayer. Richard and Phyllis Heidemann. Stephen and Sandra Horwitz. Myself and my wife Jody. Joel and Joan Kaplan. Chuck and Vayan Kaufman and family. Robert and Rosalie Kaufman. Rosalind and Howard Klein. Shell Marcus. Dan and McCall Mariashin. Mark Olshan. Bruce and Amy Pascal. Peter and Carrie Perlman. Seymour Reich. Seth and Carol Ricklund. Gary, Judy, and Rebecca Saltzman. Kent and Barbara Shiner. Moish Smith. Robert and Kathleen Spitzer. Springfield Lodge number 2093, represented by Mark Ross. Dan Tartakowski. And Philip and Vicki Zagan. As I mentioned, I would like to thank you. Please come forward after we break so that we can present you with your books and get a group photo. Thank you. You can be seated now. Thank you very much. There were also many donors who gave in these categories but are not here today. We will be mailing them their book. I also want to give special commendation to a very special group, not usually recognized in the fundraising capacity. When our professional staff learned of the 170th anniversary campaign, they met to see how they could help. The members of our Executive Staff Association voted to contribute $30,000 from their treasury to help B'nai B'rith celebrate our anniversary. Their special gift has been used to replace virtually all of the computers in our offices with much faster and more up-to-date equipment. Can I ask all the staff present to please stand so we can salute you? And let me ask Janelle Doughton, who's president of our Executive Staff Association, to come forward to present so that she can receive her book as well for the association. Oh, here it is. I have it in front of me. Thank you, Janelle. Before you ask how short of a gift of $1,000 or more you can receive a copy of this book, let me call your attention to my column in the current issue of the B'nai B'rith magazine. We have a slightly different softcover version of this book that we will gladly present to anyone making a gift of $170 or more in addition to your normal pledge. There are copies of this magazine with the coupon in your kits, or you can see anyone from our fundraising staff to make your gift. Again, I would like to thank all who participated in this program, and I hope those who haven't yet done so will join in this program. We will now adjourn to our luncheon program at the Dolly Madison Ballroom on this floor. There's a change in room shown in your printed program, and there will be staff to direct you to this room. We have an outstanding but heavily packed program, so please join us by 12 noon. And those of you who I asked to come forward, please do so that we can take the group picture.